2 a.m.
So the whole day, like if you're finalized, so you will have to stay until past midnight.
God.
Then they will give you like a lot of forms and all this lah.
But sorry, so you went at 8 a.m. until 2 a.m.
I stayed up until 2 a.m. So
Okay.
but then the good thing is that you will know if you are hired or
Yes.
not. So disebabkan I punya trauma dekat Singapore Airlines, like because of my scar and all that, I was always like, okay, when it comes to scar checks and all that, I was like trying to hide my hand. Okay, hopefully no one will see. Like I was like putting some concealer, you know the trauma that they
I know.
actually gave, like instilled in.
Dah start ke? Tengok mengada-ngada ni. Jatuh. Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Juju Talks. Korang rasa topi ni dari mana? Dapat teka tak? Dapat teka dari mana? Okay, I'm so excited sebab hari ni I ada my best friend with me dari Dubai. Okay, dah dengar suara kan? Okay, tamu masa Jason.
Hello.
Welcome to my... Jatuh, I kena buka ni. Sekejap gini ni. Okay, Jason, I teringat lagi. You pernah tanya I, you perasan tak nama ayah I macam mana?
Oh.
Ingat tak?
Oh.
So, you are Jason Benny
Sarangapani.
Sarangapani. Maybe they didn't
Okay,
get it.
Juliana
Right?
Saman.
Okay. Jason, I'm so excited to see you today.
Me too.
Kita dah lama
Thank
tak
you.
jumpa.
Kan?
So,
At least more than a year lah.
last I pergi masa birthday you ke masa raya?
I think almost like
Tak ingat.
Christmas ke macam tu rasa
But
last year.
thank you for
But it's
being
been
here today sebab your mum kebetulan macam tak sihat sangat. But
It's okay.
Jason
No
dia
worries.
baru je land tadi
Yeah.
dari Dubai for flight duty. So you tak tidur dari semalam pukul?
What time is it now? Okay, 8:45. So I got up pukul 11 malam.
11
Ikutkan time
malam.
kita lah.
Time
11 malam lah
11
last
malam.
night.
So now
dah hampir 22 jam dah.
it's almost 22 hours. So
almost 22
basically
hours.
that's cabin crew life kan? Sebab kadang-kadang
Normal lah cabin crew life.
Yeah,
Have to go
because
through
kadang-kadang
this.
kita punya body clock bertukar.
And the worst part is like, for example, kita selalu buat flight pergi US kan.
Oh ya, kan. Lepas tu
so-
body clock change apa semua.
Like for example, you will wake up like pukul 2 pagi bukan 2 pagi, 11 malam for 2 o'clock punya departure. And then you work on continuously for like 14 hours after.
Yeah, I
So
know.
normal lah, kita dah biasa dengan
Ya,
ni.
tapi
Just
kita
have
dah
to-
jump terus ke cabin crew live without the proper introduction. Okay, once again, this is Jason Benny Sarangapani, cabin crew with Emirates, former cabin crew with Malaysia Airlines.
Yes.
Okay, so I nak tanya you 3 random facts about you
Okay.
that you can share with me and for the viewers.
Okay. 3 random facts. Lost lah sekarang.
Okay, yeah, I kenal you, you suka travel. I know
Yeah,
that's your passion,
yeah.
so that's one of it.
How to say? Okay, random facts. I've done like I rasa 91 countries as of now. I've
91
travelled
already.
91
Oh my
countries. Dah, but most of the time, like I don't count like when I go on layovers, like I don't really count like as a traveling lah. Mostly I buat solo backpacking.
Yeah.
So
That's what I
solo
know.
backpacking is what I differentiate myself lah from being a normal cabin crew.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, I nak tanya you kejap lagi. And then one more.
One more. Masih single lah.
Masih single. Okay, so girls, you're still still ada chance Okay. Macam nak start kat mana Macam mana you start your career as a cabin crew?
Oh, okay. That's like something that is not related because when I was like 20, when I was 20, macam I punya Manglish ni, sorry lah.
Tak apa, it's alright.
Alright, so and I started working in finance.
Okay.
I was with HSBC, lepas tu I kerja Citibank.
Okay.
6 years and then 2 years. The last one I did as a anti-money laundering analyst kat
Okay.
Citibank tu. Kerja tu memang complex. It's like, how to say? See, when I was working in office, I macam, okay, especially the last one lah. So, Monday to Friday, I pergi kerja. So, dari pukul 9 pagi sampai 9 malam, I would say. Usually, work habis pukul 6 kan.
Yes,
Tapi disebabkan kita tak boleh habiskan report apa semua. So, kita kerja lah sampai 9 malam, 10 malam macam
So
tu.
basically 12 hours a
Kind
day.
of lah.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when you cannot finish your report before before the new week starts, you have to finish up everything. So I come back lah on Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So basically I'm
so
like,
even though cuti, you still gonna come.
For example, like okay, when I was I kerja dekat ni Capital Square dekat Wilayah Complex in
Okay.
KL. So like Sunday, okay, I go to church in the morning.
Yeah.
Then after church, I terus pergi kerja.
Oh my god.
Macam tu lah. So
basically you tak ada life lah.
life was very hectic and
Yeah.
it was very, very difficult. And the thing is like I was always stressed.
Faham. So
Macam dia punya
you start at your age 20.
from 20 until 28-ish lah.
Lama jugalah.
So around
8 years in financial punya
And
background.
then I'm macam also right, I used to always like, how to say, ambil MC every week. Every week I ambil MC. Like the whole time lah. Even I was with HSBC pun sama juga.
So your KPI
So
memang
selalu
drop
ambil
lah.
MC apa semua, like because of my stress. Bila doktor cakap like I cannot take it. I'm very stressed.
Yeah.
So that's how it was going. But then the thing is that dalam diri I selalu memang nak jadi cabin crew lah one day. Then I was always trying for Singapore Airlines.
Okay.
Sorry to mention the name of the airline and all that, but the
No,
thing
it's
is like
fine.
that was my hope to become a Singapore Airlines cabin crew. So I was trying like since I was 21. So selalu lah I pergi interview, I pergi Singapore, like sometimes I go over the weekend.
Okay.
Like kan I kerja dekat
Malaysia,
I mean in finance, right? So
Yep.
what I'll do, okay, Friday lepas kerja I travel, I naik bus pergi Singapore.
Oh, sebab the interview is on weekend Oh, last time on weekend
So
lah.
when there is a weekend interview lah, sebab
okay,
kan
okay.
depends on the location kan. So and then okay, I pergi Saturday, sampai Saturday morning I go for my interview and then sorry and then Sunday I balik.
So basically, in 7 years, you keep on trying.
I was always trying.
But only Singapore Airlines, not other
Yes,
airlines.
only Singapore Airlines.
Any specific
Masalahnya, the thing is, see, back then for us, like kerja dekat Singapore means like
currency
yes. wise and all that.
Yeah.
And you could earn around, back then I rasa Singapore Airlines around 6,000 Sing dollars or something like that.
That's a lot.
Back then.
Yeah.
Back then. It was still a lot. I mean, by now it must be like even
Better.
higher kan. Tapi so back then, I always looked at it, okay, if I get to Singapore Airlines, like, you know, I can earn better apa semua. So I was always trying for this particular airline. Tapi masalahnya, they always, I will pass through each stage. But when it comes to skin check,
okay,
I get rejected.
But why is it? I know they are particular with
Very
the skin,
particular.
scar,
So, okay,
and everything.
what they do is like they will actually ask you to like hulurkan tangan you under this kind of lighting, like super bright lighting,
so that they can see.
and they will scan
clear.
through like everything lah.
Yeah.
And then if you have scar and all the marks and all that, you get rejected lah.
So even though you got rejected, you still go and try.
I even went and did the laser treatment to bring it down to the same tone, and still I got rejected.
Still got rejected.
That's when I was like, okay, you know what? I don't think I can become a cabin crew, and I was like really heartbroken lah.
Faham.
Then lepas tu baru I pergi Citibank. Like,
Okay.
While I was with HSBC, I was always trying, and I gave up. And I was like, okay, I need to get a better salary kan. So then I got the opportunity as an anti-money laundering analyst. So then I went for this lah in Citibank. And then, okay, at that time when, I think 8 March 2014, MH370.
Okay.
So we all know. I was still in Citibank at that time. So I saw this tragedy apa semua. And then the thing is, when the tragedy happened, 2 months later, was it May? No, 1 or 2 months later. Tak sure exactly when. Malaysia Airlines had the cabin crew interview.
Okay.
Dekat Kelana Jaya back then dia punya
Academy. Yeah.
So it's like okay. I macam okay. You know what? They just had this tragedy, so I think they might need people. So it's easy for me to actually get through the job. I thought like this.
Very good thinking.
So it will be easy. And then I was like okay lah. Let's just go and try.
Yeah.
But bila I pergi masa pagi tu, I was like the 600th candidate.
That's a lot.
And the interview process went through, like it started at 8 a.m. And it ended at 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
So the whole day, like if you're finalized, so you will have to stay until past
my
midnight.
God.
Then they will give you like a lot of forms and all this lah.
But sorry, so you went at 8 a.m. until 2 a.m.
I stayed up until 2 a.m. So
Okay.
but then the good thing is that you will know if you are hired or
Yes,
not.
yes.
You'll know your result immediately lah.
Yeah.
So disebabkan I punya trauma dekat Singapore Airlines, like because of my scar and all that, I was always like, okay, when it comes to scar checks and all that, I was like trying to hide my hand. Okay, hopefully no one will
Okay,
see.
okay.
Like I was like putting some concealer,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
the trauma that
I
they
know.
actually gave, like instilled in me kan.
I know.
So it was like haunting me so much lah. And I was like, okay, you know what? I think maybe I was just lucky, so I got through this job. I was
So you got it.
successful on that day. I
Yeah.
was successful, and then even another thing is that back in Citibank, I was already earning around 5,500 ish.
During that time, it's quite a lot.
Quite
Yes,
a lot.
Yeah.
This I'm talking about 2014.
14, yes.
14. So masa tu 5,000 tu
Yeah.
memang higher lah.
Banyak,
But the interviewer's question was, you are already earning this much, but Malaysia Airlines, you're gonna be like losing easily
During that time.
2,000. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna be lesser. And I was like, yeah, it's okay because I think I would actually I will be able to serve something, like do something that I really like. So I wouldn't mind even if I'm going to earn lesser. I will start again. So I rasa mungkin they liked it good. And then I got hired and all that. Then during my time with Malaysia Airlines, most of the time, right, like you'll have to go through grooming checks, weight checks, apa semua. Like sometimes you go to training college, I would be like, okay, I need to hide. I need to do something to my
So
scar.
all the time you macam
Like all
insecure.
the time. Yeah, all the time. I mean, because I thought, oh, maybe I was lucky so that they didn't see my scar.
Oh, okay.
And maybe like, that's
Yes,
why like I
yes.
need to be careful.
Yeah.
So I was flying like this lah. So and then MAS tukar jadi MAB. Dia orang buat restructuring at the time.
Yes.
So that was June 2015.
Okay.
June 2015. So I was like, okay, I was lucky to get hired by MAB. So I got the new letter. But at the same time, most of the time, like every single flight, all the crew will be like, oh, you know what? Try something in Middle East. Don't just stay here. Like you can earn better. You have a better prospect. Apa semua. Orang semua push.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, I'm already doing something that I like.
So dulu you seorang yang macam you takut to try something new. You takut to challenge yourself.
Until now,
Oh,
I would
is it?
always say like I'm this person who's always like I'm scared to take this class.
Is it? I didn't see you that way. Okay, alright. Let's continue. So macam mana the beginning of your journey dekat Emirates?
So yeah, that's the thing. How I got into Emirates
Yeah.
was itself like a surprise for me lah. Because the thing is like I went for interview.
Chup, sorry. You went for the interview on which month? Because I went
June 2015.
June. We went the same
Same time.
Oh, okay. But I went for the final interview on October.
Tak, I punya final interview was in July. Because the thing is
I remember the recruiter, dia nak balik awal. But it's supposed to be 2 days kan. Dia macam asingkan 2 hari untuk macam final interview. But they have to choose only 5 or 6 person that time.
And then I beralah dengan this one girl because she gave me the reason she's the student or what. So I say it's okay. I will wait for the Emirates to call me to set up another interview. So that's why mine is October. So we got it at the same time. I didn't know. Okay, like after how many years I know.
And then I pergi interview. So see, because of the trauma that I already had from Singapore Airlines, and then like in Malaysia Airlines, I was always feeling insecure. And then when I went to Emirates for the interview, right? So just before the final interview, the last stage of the assessment, they will ask you to declare your stance. They will give you a form, right?
Yes.
So this form.
Okay. If you don't mind, you can you share like, okay, I know the process, the stage and all. You want to share to people out there? Okay. First, we drop the resume.
Okay, the first day would be, I went for this open day. So I went for this open day. You just go and drop your CV, and then you wait for your name to get highlighted.
On the wall.
On the
so
wall.
They highlight. Okay.
So if your name got highlighted, means
if I'm not mistaken, during that time, it's more than 1,000 people.
1,000,
I think 1,200 people.
More than that, yeah. And also because not just Malaysians lah, sebab we had people coming from Korea kebanyakan, Thailand, Indonesians,
Singapore,
even Seychelles,
even Australia also that time I remember.
Seychelles, like all the way from Africa.
I know.
We had during our interview. I was like, wow. So KL is like a big hub lah. So nak compete dengan diorang tu
kan
memang not so easy lah. So yeah, and then so you will get highlighted. So then you will be coming for your assessment day. So the assessment day it consists of different stages. So you'll go through, of course, you go through your height, your weight, and all this like normal like physical checks, and then English test. Then they will actually give you, if I'm not mistaken, they will give you like a picture of an object, maybe like hanger or something, and then you'll be like,
I got the bucket.
Oh, okay. I don't even remember what I was saying and all that, but yeah, this is how it used to be lah. Like they will give you a picture and then you talk about this.
What you can do with that thing. It's like thinking out of box. So for us, the bucket we can play as a drum, something like that. Yeah, I remember that.
So you explain, and then again when you get selected, and then after that they will give you a picture or a story, and they will have a set of questions, and they will ask you how would you react.
Scenario, yes.
Correct. So how would you react to that? So then after you pass that stage, then they will give you like English test, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, English test.
Then you pass the English test, then you go for the declaration of the scars and all that. So then I was like, you know what, I already passed through every single stage, so let me be honest this time. You know, like because of what I had in the past, like, I'll be honest.
Kita sama, but you finish your story first. Okay.
So it's like, I called the recruiter straight away. I was like at the last row. I called. I was like, I have something to, share. And then like, what is it? So would you please come here? I want to show you something. And then I was like, I have this car. Will I be hired for this?
Jason, sama. That's okay. You know what? Because sorry, I terpotong. Sebab before I pergi interview tu, open day tu, I pergi wall climbing. So tangan I terluka. Ada scar kat sini. Lepas tu kan I selected. I rasa that time only out of 1,200 people, 8 je yang terpilih, which is us. Only 8. So I, masa tu I tak ada makeup, I tak pandai sanggur rambut, everything my friend do it for me tau. Sanggur rambut I, makeup I, apa-apa semua. So scar tu sama jugalah. I was so innocent. I know nothing about the cabin crew punya assessment apa semua. Sampai duduk tu orang cakap, you dah tengok ke dekat Facebook, you know the process, process and all. I don't know. I know nothing. You tak cakap langsung. I tak tahu. I datang buta-buta je. Even this makeup also makeup my friend semua. Tapi I'm selected. So masa yang scar declaration tu, I know about the scar lah. They say okay, Emirates particular with the scar and everything. Sama Jason. Kenapa I gelak sebab I pergi kat dia. You know what, actually I got this scar. I tunjuk tau.
So you did the same lah.
I got this scar. So how is it going to be? And she was like, she's laughing at me. You know, everyone's trying to hide this scar. And then you came to me, you are selected and you show me your scar. She was laughing at me.
So I don't know. Okay, what about you?
So yeah, that's the thing. Like, and then she was like, "What is there? You see, I have a scar here. You don't even need to declare this as nothing." And then I was like, "Really?" For all these years of all that I was
Yeah.
experiencing, I could have tried this long ago.
I know,
could have like
right.
joined the company long ago.
Yes.
I could have been someone by now.
Yep.
If I had done that.
Yeah.
But it's just that okay, better late than never.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like okay. Then I was very confident.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was having that confidence. Okay, now I'll really have to prepare for the final interview.
Mm-hmm.
Now like finally I can see some light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes. Yes.
And then I went for it. I got through this job, and thank God I'm here still. It's been almost 9 years now.
I know, right? Now you dah first class.
Yeah.
Congratulations
Thank
recently
you.
kan.
Thank you.
Sebab kalau I masih kat sana, I rasa sebab kita punya batch
We
lebih
were the
kurang.
same. So
I pergi sana during Christmas 2015
and I went
January,
January,
right?
Yeah. So we could have been like same line first class now.
Okay, so how's life there?
At the moment, it's I mean,
When first you went to Dubai? Because it's like totally.
Initially, I didn't really like it. To be honest, this the first 2 to 3 years I was
know.
not so, because you always wanted to come back, and then like this is your home.
Yes,
but
yes.
that's the reason why also kan kita selalu buat flight to KL.
Betul?
Like in a month I buat 2-3 kali.
Ya, sama lah I last
Until
time.
now I'm doing the same. I dah buat berapa sekarang? 136 times dah operating.
Yeah.
And ni pun tak include my days off and
136,
all that. Like sometimes days off pun I balik kan.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how I find my balance. What hit me was COVID.
I know, right? COVID affected.
Yeah. See, masa COVID tu, okay, see, like I said, when you do something that you really like, you would actually put your full focus in it, and you
Yes.
would actually be thankful. So when I was working in finance, like I said, I was calling sick and all that. See, from the day I joined Malaysia Airlines until today, I only have 3 days of sickness.
You mean Malaysia Airlines including Emirates?
Including Emirates. This is like what, 11 years in total.
Yeah.
So I had only 3 days.
I'm not surprised because I know you very well. You
The
are
thing is,
very full of responsibilities guy and committed.
Yeah, but the thing is like I am happy with this job. I'm happy to be where I am.
Yeah.
That keeps me on the move all the time. So I don't see the reason for me to like even like call sick up. I'm not like that stressed lah.
Yeah.
So now coming back COVID kan. So the thing is, back then a lot of people, they were made redundant apa semua. So they were
Yeah.
checking records. Like they were always like checking records. Siapa
Yeah.
yang like who's giving the full attendance, who's like giving their 100% commitment and stuff like that. It can be under so many criterias, but I thank God because I was lucky enough to not to let go. Like they didn't let that didn't let go of me. So I was still there. And at the same time, back then I was like, in economy, so I was like the most senior lah kerja dekat economy. Pun I was always having flights. Only April and May 2020 were the only months that I wasn't flying.
Yeah, because COVID lockdown March. Yes.
So and in June onwards, I started having flights.
Oh, sure.
So June onwards, I started having flights. And then
Okay,
July,
yeah, I
I got
remember.
busy because of US visa apa semua. So I got busy. See, a lot of people lost their job. I'm sorry for them. A lot of people went through so many hardships in life because of COVID. Things have changed, topsy-turvy. Yang ramai had to come back to Malaysia. Ramai had to like come back and join different companies, and people are still struggling out there. Okay. I'm really sorry for them, but the thing is, now this made me to think. Somehow I'm very thankful to this company because they didn't let me go, and until today I still have a job.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
So let's say it could have been really bad on my side. I could have been let go. I could have returned, or something would have happened.
For example, it's me. I'm the one who resigned. So I've been waiting for the unpaid leave actually from the company.
I've been waiting. And then 1 week before COVID, I got the email from the company for the business class. Actually, I don't know whether I tell you or not. So COVID happened. And then I've been waiting for the email from the company whether we can apply unpaid leave and stuff, because I was thinking to get 3 months unpaid leave to settle something in Malaysia during that time. But no email. But the moment I resigned, the moment I give the resignation letter, 1 week after that.
The unbelief and all that.
So yeah, so I went back to Malaysia during that time. I remember the case is like maybe less than 10 per day. And so I was thinking, okay, maybe I can get a good job. I want to apply for high-end boutique or company. I'm going to recall balik. So I made a big mistake, but no regret. Yeah, because I cannot live with regret. So during that time, sebab I thought everything gonna be fine. I thought semuanya aku okay. Sebab macam I boleh apply kerja dekat retail ke yang gaji tinggi and everything. Tiba-tiba selepas PRU Sabah, the case went up drastically.
Yeah.
And kita ada total lockdown for the second time. And I couldn't apply any job. So yeah.
PKPP.
Yeah.
All this
so,
like...
Masa tu I just accept whatever things yang going on that time. But after a while, I remember Emirates keep on sending email to people yang they retrench and everything. Sharizal, our friend, they keep on telling me, okay, Emirates start hiring them balik semua. So I didn't get the email because I resigned kan. So I emailed them. I request nak rejoin. But they send the regret email lah. Of course lah, in a nice way. But I keep on sending them, I think lagi 2 kali lepas tu. I tak putus asa lah. But still they reject me. So I macam, okay tak apalah, I terima lah. So I'm one of them.
But one thing, I know that you went through so much also.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm very happy to see where you are right now. At least you managed to come up. Like you managed to like fight so many of these obstacles, and
I'm still struggling.
I know, but the thing is like at least
there is no way for me to stop, because if I stop right now, to be honest, I might be at the lowest point in my life right now, but there's no excuses for me to stop right there, because you pernah tengok tak macam dalam kadang-kadang dalam video ke dalam TikTok apa semua kan, ada 2 orang yang dia gali tanah, yang seorang tu dia give up, but sikit je lagi dia jumpa all the diamonds. Lepas tu yang seorang tu non-stop, dia dah penat tapi dia keep going, but finally he got the diamonds. So I don't want to be the one yang give up easily, because I don't know, 2025 could be my year, or maybe next week miracle happen.
Yeah, exactly. It can be any day.
We can never know. So I cannot give up. And then some people say, oh, you dah tua. You know, some people say, no
lah.
You next year
you
dah 40.
look so young still. Come on.
And next year you 40. It's like, well, life begins at 40. Life begins at any age you want. Yeah. So
yeah. Like I said, I'm really like thankful, because in my mind I'm like, okay, if I wanna leave and come back, what am I gonna do? Like, will I be able to go to Malaysia Airlines? I don't think so.
Faham?
Will I be able to do something else? I don't know. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So for now, I feel okay. I feel like safer kat sini, comfortable.
Yep.
So I will stay and like do this as far as I can. Plus
we have the Malaysian community there.
But it wasn't like how we were there. Like during our time,
It's
like we were
changed.
always like very close. Like we always meet each other. But nowadays it's not like. Plus, new generation is.
I heard about that.
No lah.
I heard about that.
Yeah, kalau new generation and all that, like you cannot get along.
Faham?
It's very difficult.
Faham?
kita dah lah tua.
Janganlah tua kita all is gold gitu. All is gold.
All is gold.
Tapi I rasa for you always isi masa lapang you travelling here and there. You are not the typical cabin crew. Sebab
Correct.
typical cabin crew, they always like after flight stay at home, gym, makan,
That's what
beli
I do
groceries,
now.
masak kat rumah. Yeah, but last time yang I ingat, you always travel here. You always give me the travel macam you cakap Georgia is very cheap. You always backpack. Kan I pernah cakap, okay, I nak ikut travel Jason. Tapi okay ke Jules? You pakai backpack and then you duduk dekat macam hostel and everything, you okay
I
ke?
stay in dormitory.
Yeah. Sebab I kan macam princess sikit kan. So you even ask me that question. I said there is one time macam, okay, I boleh. Tapi the time is always tak ngam kan. And then I nak you share about
Yeah.
you meet people all over the world.
See, talking about that, I was always traveling. I was always doing solo backpacking.
Yes.
Kan? So this year, as a change, I brought another good friend of mine with me. Like just because she was like, okay, can I join you? I was like, okay.
Sekejap, I tak minum pun. Alright, lepas tu?
I was like, okay, kalau you join, yeah, I'm okay to join. Okay, but the thing is, young Janice, I always stay in the dormitories, and she's like also like princess, like she wanna stay in hotel, like she wanna have her room, she wanna have her bed and stuff like that. See, we started this trip together, but we could only do like kita pergi mana? Kita pergi I went to Spain and then I met her in Warsaw in Poland. Lepas Warsaw, we went to Lithuania, and then Latvia. In Latvia, I stayed at my friend's house. So after that, I macam in these countries like dekat Warsaw and all this in Lithuania and other cities in Latvia kan we stayed in hotel, right? I was like, I cannot do this anymore.
Faham.
You know?
Sebab you macam terstuck.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I cannot do the things that I want. I cannot wake up at the time that I want. Or, you know, I macam, you know what? I sampai-sampai di Estonia, I told, you know what? We can just go on our ways. You can choose the hotel that you want. I really prefer to stay dekat dormitory because I prefer to make friends in dormitory.
Yeah.
Macam kalau katakanlah, you ada 8 orang, like stay in the bunk bed. I talk to all of them.
Yeah.
I talk to all of them. I ask like, where are they traveling? What are their travel plans? Where are they going next? Apa semua. And then I try to align myself with their plans. And maybe we do something together on that day.
Yeah.
You know, like you can always get friends with this dormitory. So, disebabkan like when I was in Estonia kan, I told her and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go to dormitory and I'll stay there.
What about her?
She went on her like, look for a hotel. I'm like,
So she's
sorry,
fine.
I don't think I can join you, but I want to have my backpacking experience, which I really don't want to miss, you know.
Yep.
So I pergi dormitory, I made friends, and I'm going again in December to the same city to meet these friends of mine that I made recently.
Yeah.
So
That's you.
for me, it's all about connecting with new people and experiencing something. And it's always a fun experience for me. For example, I even pergi dekat apa tu, Santorini. So when I went to Santorini, of course I did this dormitory lah. So I stayed dekat in this Santorini. I met like one of the Algerian friend. Now he's my friend lah. So then I met this Algerian guy. And then we were like, what's your plan? And then he was like, oh, I don't have any plan. Okay, let's go rent a bike. So kita pergi, we rented the bike. We finished the whole island. And then dia kata, okay, I tanya what's your next plan? And dia kata, okay, I'm going to Athens. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Athens as well, but I'm going 2 days later. And then he was like, okay, I will move first. So the next day dia dah pergi Athens. So I was spending the rest of the time in Santorini apa semua. But he did ask me like I stay in which hotel, hostel if I go to Athens. And I just told him like, okay, you know what? I stayed in this hostel, so I would actually go back to the same one. 2 days later, when I went to that hostel, when I opened my dormitory room, there you go.
He was there.
He was there. Like, hi, now let's go to Athens. Like, let's go, like, explore.
So you need that kind of adventure with people yang senang cakap your tribe lah. Yang macam tak make you stuck to do this and that, right?
Also, like I remember, I met this very very nice couple. I think Polish couple. I don't know where were they from. I met them in Turkey. We traveled on the train to Bulgaria together, and then after that I traveled to Greece, and I saw them in the same hostel again. This couple, they were there as well. I'm like,
Okay.
how people connect, you know?
Yes,
It's amazing.
yes. Because you've been doing that since you joined Emirates, I remember.
Not
After a few
really.
years. No, you studying
See,
apa?
although I was working in bank and traveling has always been my
Oh,
passion.
even before that.
So this was way long ago, like back in 2008 lah. Back then when we used to have this thing called couch surfing. I do have a lot of friends.
How
Like
to spell it? Couch.
couch.
Couch surfing. Macam mana dia orang dapat that terms Do you know? Is that basically couch?
Basically, as long as you have a couch in someone's home,
Ha.
so you can just like you send a request like, could you allow me to sleep on your couch for this night? So this is
and
all the
that's how
idea.
you connected with people, right? Macam they come to your country,
Correct.
you macam they are gonna be your
Either
guest.
you host them or you can do anything, like you want to take them around and stuff like that.
And then when you go to their country, they're gonna be the host.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I started this in 2008. But the thing is, I have a lot of close friends in Malaysia. Not my school friends, not my workmates, but mostly couchsurfing friends, Malaysians. So this is how I made like really close friends in Malaysia with most of them. And still we are very active and still we are like, you know, we're still gathering. Apa semua we still do it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, maybe you know Jane,
Yep.
Elaine, like
Yeah. I remember.
you met them, right? So
I met
these
them.
are all
Yeah.
my couchsurfing friends. So macam ni lah. And then the thing is like, this is how I started traveling. My first trip with couchsurfing, without knowing the language, completely like in a different land, but only couchsurfing was my tool, like, you know, was my guide. So what I was doing, I traveled into Macau, Hong Kong and China. This was 2010.
Okay.
So I don't even know the language, nothing at all. But only through couchsurfing. So I like,
Oh yeah, because they don't speak English. Yeah.
so it was so difficult back then. So and then I pergi Macau and then I managed to send request to one of the hosts. And then I stay in their place. And then I moved to Hong Kong. And then in Hong Kong, I stayed with, now she's my very close friend. Her name is April from Hong Kong. So even until now, when I go to Hong Kong, I still see her. So she hosted me in her apartment, which is as big as just this.
That's so small.
You have a kitchen, you have a toilet, you have a couch, you have a small
Is it a
bedroom.
very...
And it's like this height.
Itu typical house dekat sana ke? Oh.
In Hong Kong. So they like very, very like small little apartments.
Okay.
It's not even high. Like you cannot even stand up.
Yeah.
Macam tu. So I experienced that in Hong Kong.
It's a good experience.
And then I pergi Guangzhou. I stayed in what do you call? Loft. That was my first experience of staying in a loft studio. And then I sampai Shanghai. I had my host coming like on a bicycle to pick me up.
Comel.
So like this lah, but even though you don't know the language, but you have these people, you actually just go, you meet them, and then you travel or you share, you know, you share the moment with them and you move on.
Yeah. It's so nice.
So that's how I used to travel. I even stayed in Perth in Australia. I had a chauffeur, the tour guide, who hosted me for 7 nights in his house. And at the same time, he hosted some other people as well. So we all stayed together. So we were doing so many things, like travel together, we went to Margaret River, we went to so many like sand dunes and stuff like that in Perth. And I've done, what do you call, in Jakarta. So I had this one of the very famous hosts, couchsurfer. His name is David. David was hosting so many other people at the same time. And some of these people I had one guy from US, another couple from dari mana? Tak ingat. Wait.
Ni
From
dekat
Germany.
Jakarta.
Ni
Okay.
dekat Jakarta. So this guy from US and another guy also from US but who lives in Korea, and then this couple from Germany. So this is when I was working as in finance lah kan. So I stayed in his house. We were all like in one room, like we're like sleeping next to each other,
Ramai-ramai,
like memang ramai-ramai lah.
Yeah.
And then kita pergi taman taman mini Indonesia or something,
Okay, together.
and all like together lah.
Yeah.
So we were exploring in Jakarta apa semua. Then I went back to KL, after which two of those guys came to Malaysia. Now of course, then I was like, mostly what I do, I do a night tour to Putrajaya.
Yeah.
I pick them up at the airport, and then I show them Putrajaya, hantar balik.
So you are hosting then after that.
It's
Yeah.
my way of hosting lah.
Yes.
Although I don't really have to let them to stay because kind of
But
with my
still you
family,
bring them around.
I do something. So this is what I used to do. And then the couple from Germany, when I joined as a cabin crew with Emirates, when I had my first layover in Hamburg, I told them that I'm coming. So back then they were dating.
Okay.
Now after so many years, when I went to Germany
Hamburg.
to see them, now they are married and they have a 2-year-old
Oh
kid.
my God.
So then they brought me to their house. They were showing me their house and all that. I had a nice breakfast and I sent that kid to the nursery.
Oh my God, that's so cute. That's amazing how you connected to people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we were spending the rest of the time together. So see, traveling was like it
Exactly.
had brought a lot of meanings in life. I'm saying.
Meanings, new energy, new experience, new perspective, new
It's all about connection. lah.
new. Macam mana nak cakap? It makes you alive.
Correct. Right.
So, to be honest, I feel more alive during my time with Emirates because we travel to many different countries. You know, we experience the new places, new culture, new people. We travel with the different nationalities. We exchange new ideas, new experience and stuff. I'm not saying here I tak happy or anything. It just I used to travel to many different places and different culture, different nationalities. So when you told me the story, I can see your eyes sparkle even though you tak cukup tidur dah 24 jam sekarang. So I'm so glad that you still have that, you know, the excitement, I would say.
That's why I'm actually see this time around I went to the same countries like Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and Finland. But then this time
Finland, I want to go there. I want to chase Aurora Light.
very beautiful. But this time around, the thing is, when I stayed in Latvia in my friend's place, I stayed only 2 days. But the family was very warm and like hospitable. So when they knew that I'm leaving, the mom cried.
Oh.
I'm like, you know what? I told them, I'm gonna come back for Christmas. That
This
would be
coming
completely
Christmas.
a new experience for me to see like snow, like
Must be
you know,
very
you basically in a
beautiful.
Christmas home.
Remember masa kita pergi Moscow?
Yeah, exactly.
Baru konon-konon excited.
Yelah.
Excited. Keluar ni Jason tak tahan. Sejuk gila. Sekejap je.
It was the first to experience kan
yes,
for both of
together.
us.
That's the one of the best experience sebab
Yeah.
I'm travelling with you, my best friend. Experience the first snow with Catherine.
Christina.
Christina,
Russian girl.
yeah.
Yeah. We had this. It was a very nice
it?
memory lah. So yeah, and then so I will be going to Tallinn in Estonia because that's like
Okay, Estonia is which part of area? Is it like macam nak cakap is Europe ke US? You know,
Europe.
some people they don't know.
okay.
So yeah,
Estonia is very close to Finland lah.
close to Finland.
Neighboring
Uh-huh.
Sweden, Finland apa semua.
Is it possible to see Northern Light at Estonia?
I'm not sure that.
Okay.
But I think to see the Northern Lights you have to go to really like Scandinavian. Estonia is just like on the border, just before. Like you have to take the ferry to go to Scandinavian
Because
countries.
chasing Northern Light is one of my dream. I've been planning that during that time, 2018. I've been planning the itinerary. I even contact the Airbnb and stuff. I'm planning to go to Tromso. Tromso is the small village.
Isn't it?
So I dah plan the itinerary that time. So I made a lot of mistakes in my life. So that time, I'm single. I'm supposed to travel alone. I was so excited. And then, I menerima cinta seseorang lelaki. And then I cancelled the trip. But it's okay, I learned from my mistake. And I thought, stop my dream to chase the Aurora Light. Maybe someday. But that's one of my dream lah. Untuk chase. You know, you remember I beli GoPro? That time?
Yeah, betul.
Yeah, the GoPro. Actually, I planning nak letak GoPro tu untuk ambil hyperlapse. Kalau
And then you
tiba-tiba...
did Disneyland apa semua, some special
Oh
videos, I
yeah,
remember.
yes, the Orlando Disneyland. So you know my passion in videography, photography, and all. Yeah, you know it's so good to talk to you today because it bring all those memories and then all the
I guess
excitement and
you
stuff.
also knew a lot of things that you never knew before.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and so you were going this December, Estonia.
Yeah, so I will start in Estonia just because like this in Tallinn has the best Christmas market, super beautiful. And then from there I will go down to Riga in Latvia because Riga is where the first Christmas started in the world.
Really? Okay.
So that's why I want to experience that.
I
I'm going for
see.
that. And to my
Another
friends'
new adventure
place.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to my friend's place. So like Christmas to bring a new meaning lah.
So how many days you gonna spend the whole trip?
From 22 to 28 December. That's the plan for now.
22, 20, okay, like 1 week.
But I'm waiting for my roster to be out so I can plan exactly when to go.
You apply leave for that?
Yeah, I have leave, but I did apply for more like days off and all that to cover until New Year so I can come back here as well. Let's see how it goes.
I'm so excited for you actually.
Thank you.
Because I know how you really gunakan masa untuk travel tu. You memang tak sia-siakan even 1 saat.
No, this is the thing.
Travelling.
People cannot catch up with my way of traveling because they think I'm rushing. But for me, no. I don't see the point of me staying in a city for like more than 2 days because I get bored.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna see the same thing. No, I move on to see a new thing.
That's the way you
like,
are.
That's how I brought my friend, and she was really not going in line with my plans, and she was always like whining, complaining, "Oh, you're rushing" and stuff. I'm like, this is why I prefer to go alone.
Yeah.
You know, I can just move.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I decided to just see the day when I left her in Estonia. Was the day that I was super happy. Like I was like back okay, now I'm solo again. Then I
Macam
went all the way.
keluar dari penjara.
Exactly. Then I went all the way to Finland and I went to see the midnight
Yeah.
sun and I did all this happily.
And another facts, when people heard this kind of countries, Finland and everything, it's very expensive country actually, Finland. But
Finland, yes.
But I know you jenis yang
Memang budget lah kau.
You budget gila. But you got the chance to experience everything even though it's budget. So I macam kejap. Kita dah macam sekejap je. Kena buat yang
Actually time flies, I didn't even feel
nak
it.
kena episod kedua ke ni? So okay, before we end the podcast, I nak you bagi tips for people to travel.
Huh?
You
Tips
got
for
any
people
tips?
to travel?
Yeah. I mean, you travel a lot.
Okay, so
Travel Jason's way.
no lah. For me, it's more like how to say I would say staying in a place shouldn't be the main thing for you when you travel. Because if you want to explore the world, you shouldn't be worried about like where you're gonna stay, what you're gonna experience and stuff like that. Because you're just gonna need a bed space for that particular night and you just move on. That's how I started with couch surfing. I mean, not to save money, but you know, with the same budget, you can do even more things. So this is my way of traveling. And always plan ahead. Sebab kalau I nak plan, I always like plan way before. Okay, even like this time around when I went with my friend, like I know what is the exact bus fare. I know exactly what I'm gonna spend on. I research. Research kau like you have to like memang habis you can research and you have to plan your itinerary by yourself and you try to stick to it all the time. And you pretty much will actually have your total budget by then and you'll be able to save a lot. For example, when I did Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan, I came back with $1,000.
Those, how many days you spend for those? Okay, Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan.
So 4 places.
4
Is
countries.
it far from each country?
Really far. Super
so you
long
have,
journey.
For each country, you have to take the flight.
No, see, this is how I do. Instead of staying in a hotel, I travel on a night train. So the train goes for 15 hours.
Oh, okay. So you're going to go to one place and then instead of check-in at the hotel, you choose to sleep in the train. Okay. So that's how
I mean, you save your time.
Yep.
And then you go like
you got time to
check
rest and
in,
sleep. Yeah.
You rest for a few hours and then you have, the whole thing to experience and explore.
So how many days in total?
That one I did for like 3 weeks lah.
3 weeks. 3 weeks, $1,000 US.
No, I saved.
You save.
Saved. Because I went with a budget.
Okay.
Exactly what it was, but I remember I came back with that that much of money.
Oh, that's a lot.
Because I was like planning.
Yeah.
Planning and like budgeting and stuff like that. So yeah.
For 3 weeks. Okay.
I hope I answered your question because
No, it's true. Sebab I macam 3 weeks you save 1,000, that's a lot. Yeah. But I know you, Jason, macam I rasa you kena buat satu vlog lah. Vlog tips pergi ke Kazakhstan, tips to Finland, Estonia and all.
thing is I'm not into all this.
No, betul. Because your passion is travelling and stuff. Kalau you start buat macam ni semua is time consuming. Dia akan consume a lot of your time and then you takkan enjoy travel macam mana you enjoy sekarang.
Exactly. Like everything has to be recorded apa semua kan.
Okay. Tak edit. Jangan. Okay, ada tips?
Other tips.
Okay, couch surfing tu macam mana? Dia ada apps ke? How does it work actually?
See, the sad part is that when it started at the very beginning, it started as a non-profit organization. But now I think you have to like pay through the app or something.
So
I
it's
don't know.
the apps actually.
Yeah, now it's the app. But the friends that I made, we're still very good friends. So this is how we still keep it alive. See, another example is that couchsurfing is like macam Airbnb lah now because we have so many other like new apps and new way of traveling that came through. So couchsurfing like one of the oldest lah kan. Each city will always have a group in couchsurfing. So this group will always have weekly meetups or sometimes bi-weekly meetups. So you just go show up.
Okay.
You gather, you'll be with the locals. They will tell you, like they will give you tips and travel tips and stuff like that. How you can budget yourself, where to eat.
That's so nice.
Always way to do that. So yeah, I mean couchsurfing so far you can still like you can actually open the app and like register and then you'll find a lot of information there.
Okay. But
It's
for
really
you,
amazing.
for your case, you dah banyak kawan seluruh dunia.
Banyak
Yeah.
kawan.
Okay, so we have to end the podcast. Unfortunately, before that, itu tips yang travel, which is I rasa tak sepenuhnya pun you bagi.
Yalah.
Okay, so any tips to people out there yang nak chase their dream to be a cabin crew? Kadang-kadang I
Go
dapat
without expectation.
Okay, kadang-kadang I dapat banyak DM. I tak confident lah, I tak inilah. You know banyak alasan. I faham sebab before we join also you pun ada your fears about your scar and everything. I pula I jenis redah je, but of course I never feel pretty, you know that. So I have that insecurities, but I just redah je. But I nak dengar tips dari you yang you dah join 2 airlines.
Cara I'm more like I go without expectation. So because when you expect for something like, oh, I really want this, and you go you will eventually put so much of emotions into it,
Agree?
and that creates nervousness.
Betul?
Kan?
Yeah.
But when you go without expectation, lantak tak kisahlah. Jadi tak jadi, I tak kisah. You'll have more confidence when you perform. This is how I personally feel.
Even though you got rejected many times from Singapore Airlines, you still go without any expectation.
Yeah, macam sebab the thing is I already got rejected many
Yeah.
times kan.
Yeah.
Macam if I get it, I get it. If I don't get it, I already went through so much of failures. So don't worry about like failing.
Yeah.
I've had people joining Emirates after 14 times of
I know,
failing it.
right? Yeah.
You know, so don't take it personal. Like don't be emotional about that. And because when you become emotional, you'll be very nervous.
Yeah.
If you really want to know what am I going to do if I don't get this job, like don't put your soul into that.
That's so
Just
true.
be very like neutral.
That's one thing, one good thing about you. Sebab you cakap you takut dengan new challenge. But you have this one thing which is persistency. So that persistency yang overcome you punya rasa fears to take the new challenge. Yeah. I rasa tak cukup masa, but we have to end this
Sure.
podcast. Thank you so much once
Time
again.
flies, okay?
I know. Thank you
I
so
didn't
much.
expect that. Thank you so much.
No, thanks to you. Sebab sudi datang dengan your mom sakit. You still datang. Tak
Because
tidur
initially I was
almost.
very nervous. I thought I'm not going to be able to
No,
come.
I told you kita akan borak-borak je and everything. But thank you so much sebab you tak tidur almost
No, it's okay.
24
It's
hours.
okay.
Your mom sakit tadi tiba-tiba. I macam your mom kan. Takkanlah I nak teruskan kalau dia tak okay
She'll be
and
okay. I'll just
everything.
give her a call after this.
Yeah.
She'll be okay.
Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
Rasa macam tak cukup, but we're gonna have the maybe some other days kita lepak-lepak
Bila-bila I
semua. Lama tak
datang,
catch up
maybe
ya.
we can plan
Yeah.
a catch up and
This
do
month you
something
busy
lah.
ke?
This month I tak ada KL lagi.
Oh, tak
Let's
ada
see
dah.
next month. We'll see the roster how
Ya,
it goes.
nanti I punya roster out pun kita share-share lah.
Sure.
Okay, so kita couch surfing nanti. Okay, thank you guys. I rasa macam apa yang I nak korek dari Jason tak cukup sebenarnya. I nak tips travel apa semua. Maybe next episode ke? Lagi sekali ke? Alright, thank you so
Let's
much.
see.
Anything you want to
Alright.
say to your friend or anyone else out there?
No.
Friends semua. Jangan lupa suruh diorang tengok Juju Talks.
Yeah. Please watch
Subscribe.
Juju Talks and it's very interesting. I mean, I yang jenis yang sangat nervous, so I didn't expect this to happen. I'm very happy. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Juju on that beat. Hit on phone.